Hi everyone, it's Lauren Stark with Elite Realty and welcome back to my channel. Lake Las Vegas is a beautiful master plan community located in the city of Henderson. It offers many different housing options from condos and townhomes to single family residences to waterfront mansions. However, it may not be for everyone. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the pros and cons of living in Lake Las Vegas. So let's just get right into it. Let's start with the cons first. Location. When Lake Las Vegas first came on the scene, it was so far and really felt like this magical oasis in the desert as soon as you arrived. As the development and growth has continued in the city of Henderson and other master plan communities have sprouted along that Lake Mead Boulevard, it's not quite as far as it once seemed. However, it's still about 17 miles from the Strip and about 15 miles from Harry Reid International Airport. There's also a number of stoplights along Lake Mead Boulevard, so depending on how you hit the stoplights, your commute could take you 20 minutes or it can take you 40 minutes, just depending on how you hit those stoplights. One other thing about the location is as soon as you turn into Lake Las Vegas, depending on where your home sits, it could take you another 10 to 12 minutes just to get to your residence, depending on where you are located within Lake Las Vegas. So just something to keep in mind. If you're someone who is thinking about relocating from a city where there's a ton of traffic and it takes you 30 minutes to get maybe just 3 miles, then the 30-minute commute won't seem that bad to you at all. And there is a stretch of Lake Mead Boulevard Parkway that has no stoplights. And I think the speed limit's like 60 or 65 miles an hour, so you can kind of let loose on that stretch of the highway. Just hope that there's no Henderson police out there. Number 2, the drive to and from Lake Las Vegas. It's not pretty. Back in the day, that stretch of Lake Mead Boulevard used to be full of factories, and there are some older parts of Henderson that you'll drive through that's kind of known to the locals as Hendertucky. The city does have plans to make that stretch of Lake Mead Boulevard a little bit more attractive. And one of the things that they're doing is really developing Water Street, which you will cross as you drive to or from Lake Las Vegas. Water Street is where downtown Henderson is located, and they're really doing quite a bit to bring it more current and hip and make it an attraction for residents of Henderson. The Henderson Silver Knights practice arena is located along Water Street. There's a cute little bakery on Water Street, and there's some cool new microbreweries and gastropubs that are bringing some new fresh life into downtown Henderson. But as you drive along that stretch of Lake Mead Boulevard to get to Lake Las Vegas, it's really not a pretty drive. Number 3, HOA dues. Everyone who lives at Lake Las Vegas pays $400 a quarter for the master plan fee. So regardless of what type of property you have, if you live in Lake Las Vegas, you will be paying $400 a quarter. There are many different subdivisions within the North Shore, which is the not guard gated section of Lake Las Vegas. And many of those communities do have gates. So you'll pay an additional $80 to $150 a month to be within that particular subdivision if it's a gated community. If you choose to live in the guard gated section of South Shore, the HOA fees are an additional $927 a quarter. So you'll have the $927 a quarter for the guard gated section of South Shore plus the $400 a quarter for Lake Las Vegas. If you are in an attached product, such as a condo or townhome, keep in mind that condos have additional HOA dues because oftentimes they cover the water, the sewer, the trash, the exterior maintenance, insurance on the exterior, and things like that. So some of the condo fees in Lake Las Vegas can range from $500 to $1,000 a month. So the HOA dues are a little bit on the hefty side for living there. Weather. It is hot out at Lake Las Vegas in the summertime. I think it's because it sits closer to Lake Mead. It is about 5 to 7 degrees hotter in the summertime out at Lake Las Vegas. I remember showing property this past summer and my car thermometer read 119 degrees, and as I got back to my home in Anthem, which is also located in Henderson, it dropped to 112. So there is about a 5 to 7 degree differential in temperature. If you're looking for a winter residence, then it's going to be fantastic for you because that extra heat and sunshine is going to feel so good. But something to keep in mind if you are looking to permanently reside in Lake Las Vegas is to perhaps be a little bit mindful of which way your backyard faces, because a west-facing backyard in the summer in Lake Las Vegas is going to get pretty darn hot. Shopping and restaurants. So bottom line, if you live at Lake Las Vegas, you're definitely going to need a car. Within the village of Lake Las Vegas is a Seasons grocery store, and it's going to have your basic staple needs in the village. So that's a really nice option for residents. There's also some restaurants in the village of Lake Las Vegas and a few within the resorts as well. But if you live there full time, obviously that's going to get old going to the same restaurants over and over. And that means that you have to kind of venture out and drive to other shopping and dining options. You're going to have to get on the 215 Beltway, and one of the first exits off that 215 Beltway is Stephanie Street. And down Stephanie Street are a ton of shopping and dining and all new retail centers. It's also how you get to the Galleria Mall. If you continue west on 215, just a couple exits past Stephanie Street is a road called Green Valley Ranch, and off that exit is a Whole Foods market, and that's where the district at Green Valley Ranch is, which is where many of the Henderson locals hang out because it's just got a really cool vibe. That's about 20 minutes or so away from Lake Las Vegas. Okay, let's talk about all the pros of living in Lake Las Vegas. It's so beautiful. As soon as you turn into Lake Las Vegas, you are greeted by these waterfalls on both sides, and you can see the strip in the background, and you have the mountains. And I always say the topography of Lake Las Vegas is so very special and very beautiful, and really unlike anything else that we have in our real estate landscape. A fellow colleague who I know lives out there once said to me, as soon as I drive through and I'm greeted by the waterfalls, my shoulders start to decompress, I can take a deep breath, and I'm so happy to be home. It really is a beautiful and special place to live. Safety and quiet. Henderson was voted one of the safest cities in the United States, and Lake Las Vegas is in the city of Henderson. So it's no surprise that celebrities such as Celine Dion and Nigel Farrell have chosen to call Lake Las Vegas home. It's very safe and secure, especially in the guard-gated section of South Shore. You are not getting in those gates of South Shore unless you are cleared for access, and you must show ID. There are no major highways. You are surrounded by 2 golf courses. You have the 300-acre lake in the middle of the complex. There are no apartment complexes nearby. It's really just a very quiet and safe and secure feeling community. Outdoor lovers. For those who like to spend their time outdoors and are active, Lake Las Vegas is awesome. You can easily walk or jog along the tree-lined streets, and there's sidewalk paths all over the community. There are also 2 golf courses, the Reflection Bay, which is the public course, and the South Shore, which is the private golf course. And then you have the lake, so you can go paddleboarding out on the lake, you can go kayaking, there's a rowing club. They built an obstacle water park course, which is super cool, and the kids love it. You can go get a jetpack and kind of cruise along the lake with the jetpack on your feet. You can take an electric boat out. So for those who love being outside, Lake Las Vegas is a great location. You really feel like you're in nature. And one of the other things that is so special about Lake Las Vegas is the bighorn sheep family that lives there.
Oh, you guys are so pretty.
And if you're lucky enough, you'll get to see them. And I've seen them a couple times, and every time I see them, I'm just in awe by their beauty, and it really just brightens my day. Hospitals. This is important. So even though Lake Las Vegas is a little bit further out, there are hospitals nearby. The Henderson Hospital recently opened a few years ago and is about 10 minutes away from Lake Las Vegas. There's also a branch of the St. Rose de Lima Hospital just down Lake Mead Boulevard. So that is definitely a positive thing in case of an emergency, is having access to nearby hospitals. Lake Las Vegas Sports Club. This has been an absolutely amazing addition to the Lake Las Vegas Master Plan community. I have a video highlighting the Lake Las Vegas Sports Club, so I'll post that in the link in the description box below for you guys. But they have a state-of-the-art fitness center. They have group fitness classes. They have 2 pools. One is a lap pool that's heated year-round. The other is a resort-style pool. They have tennis and pickleball courts. They recently added a short range, so for my golfers out there, if you want to practice your pitching or your putting, you can do that there. They also host social events and happy hours. And one other really cool thing is that if you want to go out on the lake and you don't have your own paddleboard, you can just get one from the Lake Las Vegas Sports Club. So I think that's a really cool feature. There are membership fees associated with belonging to the Lake Las Vegas Sports Club. So it's a one-time $10,000 initiation fee, but keep in mind that if you're purchasing a new home, oftentimes the builders will pay that initiation fee for you. And another thing to note is that membership is transferable to a new buyer. So if you ever go to sell your home and you have that Lake Las Vegas membership, you can transfer it to the new buyer, which is a huge perk. The monthly cost associated with the membership is about $125 a month for a couple. Really a great place to get your workout on, meet some neighbors, and just enjoy the lifestyle of Lake Las Vegas. Events. There are always community events happening out at Lake Las Vegas. 4th of July is a really big deal because they do an amazing fireworks show where they light the fireworks off over the lake. As I mentioned, the village is super cute and quaint, and it's a spot where they host outdoor concerts. They have brunches at Reflection Bay. There's paddleboard yoga on New Year's. They host an event where you can take the electric yacht around the lake. So really always something for residents of Lake Las Vegas to do without ever having to leave the community. I personally love Lake Las Vegas because it is so pretty everywhere you look and everywhere you drive around. I'm a big lover of being outside, so for me, the pros outweigh the cons. Well, I hope you found this video informative. If you have any questions about real estate in Lake Las Vegas or perhaps other communities in the Henderson area, all my contact information is in the description box below. As always, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you all on the next video. Bye for now.